Russell Winwood here with my week 3 update on the ketogenic diet versus the dietary guidelines for COPD patients. Not a lot has changed this week. My FEV1 is still hovering around that 23-24%. My belly is getting larger. Put on another half a kilo, so the total weight gain is 3.4 kilos in 3 weeks. I tell my wife there's just more of me to love. One thing I've noticed is my average blood glucose levels. Before I started this diet, they were around 4.7 millimolar while I was on the ketogenic diet. Now on this new diet, the average for the last 14 days has been 6.9 millimolar, so it's quite a substantial rise. And how that relates to COPD is that we know that diabetes is a common disease that goes along with COPD. So when we see a continual rise in blood glucose, we know that over time that can lead to type 2 diabetes. So it's probably another reason why this dietary guideline is probably not one that should be recommended for COPD patients. There's also plenty of studies linking high blood glucose levels with infections in respiratory patients. So again, not a good reason for being on this diet. I have tried to avoid some of the foods they recommend on the diet, and there's things like custard for dessert, having Milo, which is apparently a nutritious drink to have at night time or in the morning. So I've avoided those because I think it's a bit too far for me to be eating that sort of stuff. It is interesting that the guidelines, the specific guideline I'm following, is actually for obese patients. So you would think the whole idea is for your weight to reduce, sticking to this diet and eating that way, but in fact it's increasing. So if I was eating the dietary guidelines to an underweight patient, I'd hate to think of how much weight I would have put on by now. I'd probably look like a Teletubby, which my wife says I really look like a Teletubby, so there you go. Exercise wise, I haven't really been out on the bike this week, and part of that is I've had a mechanical issue, so I need to get that fixed. But the other part is I'm just very lethargic, very tired, and when it comes to exercise, I'm just not very motivated at all to get out and do things. And for those of you who know me, that's very uncharacteristic. You know, I like to get out and exercise as much as I can every day if I can, but at the moment I just don't feel like it. So that's about it for this week. 7 days to go, which I'm pretty excited about, and then it's all over. Then we can get some blood results and some more lung function testing and see where we are. I want to thank everyone who's sending me their wishes and hoping that I don't get too sick on this. Thanks for your well wishes. It's all under control. I don't think I'm going to see my symptoms deteriorate anymore over the next week, so we can go back to some healthy eating after next week. Okay, that's it from me. Bye for now.